Hello, Professor. We are Group 77. Today, our paper topic is Does digital transformation mitigate environmental degradation? Evidence from the global logistics and transport sector. According to data from International Energy Agency, the logistics and transportation industry accounts for 24% of global carbon emissions across all sectors. It's one of the main sources of carbon emissions. So, does digital technology really reduce carbon emissions? This is the key question we want to discuss today. Supporters think that digital tools can optimize routes and improve efficiency, so they help cut emissions, but opinions vary about the rebound effect. For example, e-commerce makes logistics cheaper, so the amount of shipping goes up a lot, and total emissions rise in the end. We found that the past studies have a weakness. Many studies use OLS models and mix developed and developing countries together in this analysis. These methods ignored important differences between countries, so the conclusions may be biased. Therefore, our research goal is to use a more rigorous fixed effect model and do group analysis to correct these biases. We select panel data from 40 countries around the world, including 20 developed countries and 20 developing countries from 2012 to 2021. For the model, we built a log linear regression model. The dependent variable is carbon emissions from transportation. The mean explanatory variable is internet penetration rate, which represents the level of digitalization. At the same time, we added per capita GDP and treat openness as control variable to remove the influence of economic size. And these are our key findings. Through the F-test and the Hausman test, the p-value of the Hausman test is less than 0.01. This means the fixed effects model is much better than the random effects model or pooled OLS. Therefore, we choose the fixed effects model to control for observable differences between countries. In fact, when we switched to the more rigorous fixed effects model, the coefficient dropped sharply from a highly significant 117.6 to just 0.141, and it became insignificant. This proves that the highly pollution conclusion was a statistical illusion caused by ignoring differences between countries. Globally, the efficiency gains from digitalization and gradually offsetting the increase in demand. We split the sample into developed countries and developing countries. The result became clear. For developed countries, the coefficient of digitalization is minus 0.168. This means digitalization significantly reduces carbon emissions. It shows that in developed countries, the efficiency gains from technology have already outweighed the rebound effect. These countries have passed the turning point of the environmental cadenette curve and entered the improvement stage. In contrast, for developing countries, the coefficient is positive at 0.139. This means that in emerging markets, digitalization is more often used to boost consumption, which lead to higher emissions. The high GBT coefficient of 1.564 in developing countries also proves that they are still on the left side of the environmental cadenette curve. Based on our research, we suggest ideas in 3 areas. First, for governments in developing countries, we suggest creating national shipping data center to fix the problem of uneven information. Importantly, tax benefits should change from helping by vehicles to helping with software service and work training, so technology is really used in daily operations. Second, for companies, the key is working together in shipping. Companies should share storage, buildings, and transport space. This is the best way to cut down on empty runs and pollution. Also, clear smart device data can act as evidence for companies to apply for awards as low pollution example business. Finally, at the international level, set up shared data sharing rules to cut port crowd and lower pollution from trade. Rich countries should share shipping computer methods to help developing countries skip the old way of pollute first, clean up later. The above is the whole content of my report. Thank you for listening.